Hi, welcome to video number 21. We are working on vertical angles. I'm Ms. Bucio and Mr. Miller here is with us.
Hello there. Let's hit it. So first, we want to talk about what vertical angles are. So here's our first slide. Okay, so we'll talk about what vertical angles are and what vertical angles aren't. So this first picture here shows two straight lines crossing. Okay, vertical angles are the opposite angles formed when two straight lines cross. So these two would be vertical here. They're the opposite angles. And actually we have another pair. This angle and this angle would be vertical. But they have to be straight lines that cross. So here we don't have vertical angles because these are not straight lines. This line is bent. So there are no vertical angles here. This angle and this angle, they're not vertical. It has to be when straight lines cross. Okay, and we want to talk about what's true with them. There we go.
Okay, so we know that opposite angles are the same angles.
Right.
So we have 54 on this angle. The opposite angle for that would be the same, 54.
Right, so that's the fact about vertical angles is that they're congruent. I don't know why they call them vertical. I've never figured that out.
Yeah.
But they're the opposite angles and they're congruent. Let's go ahead and figure out the other two. So what would the other two be?
So these two would have to equal 180.
And so 180 minus 54, I think it's 126.
126, so that means that this would be 126. And the same thing, opposite angles would be the same. So this is 126 as well.
Very good.
The other side as well is 88. The opposite of 88, the angle would be the same, 88.
Right.
So now these two here would equal 180. So 180 take away 88 would be,
92. I got this one.
Thank you. 92.
Our calculator die?
Yes, it did.
Oh.
So 92 for this angle, the opposite angle would be the same, and that would be 92.
Yeah.
So remember, opposite angles are the same angles.
They're congruent.
They're congruent,
right.
thank you. And then linear, the linear line. Right?
They add to 180. There's a fancy word for that too. It's supplementary. But we'll talk more about that later. Okay, what's next? All right, here we go. There's always some algebra involved.
So now we have these two opposite angles. So then that would be 3x minus 14 equals to 2x plus 26.
Very good. You did something that comes very naturally to you, but a lot of people have to think about until they get a little bit more used to angles, is what's the relationship? That's actually the most important part. Do these two add to 180, or are they equal, or something else? So since there are opposites, they're vertical angles, they have to be equal. So you set them equal to each other.
Okay,
All
we're
right.
ready to solve?
Yep.
Alrighty, so we have 14, we have to take add both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, this isn't plus right there. Then this cancels out, we bring down the 3x, bring down the 2x equals 2x, and then 26 plus 14, that would be 340,
Got it.
plus 40.
Mm-hmm.
Put a plus here. So now we bring the 2x on the other side. So this cancels out. This would be 1x equals 40.
Guess x equals 40.
X equals 40.
That's the value that makes them equal.
So that means that if we plug 40 into this angle here, we have 3 plugging in 40 minus 14.
Wait, that would be 106.
Oh, thank you, 106. So now we know that if this is 106, Mr. Miller, this has to be 106, right?
We can try it. 2 times 40 plus 26. So 2 times 40 is 80, plus 26 is 106.
106.
So we're just checking, it works. So we should be able to take our answer and demonstrate that it works.
Right.
So if x is 40, both of those angles are 106, and they're equal.
So now in order to find these angles, we subtract 106 from 180.
And you get 74.
74, so we have 74 here on both sides.
That's a thorough answer. Look at that. So x is 40, and after that, but though the point is we can find all the angles, and it should make sense for the problem.
Right.
Okay. All right. Now, Mr. Jerry, we're going to mix it up a little bit. So this is what we got to get used to. One of these problems is a vertical angle problem, and the other one is a linear pair problem. So we have to recognize the situation here. These two are vertical angles. They're opposites. So the relationship is they're congruent, which means that the angle measures have to be equal. That's what it means to be congruent. They have the same measure. These are not opposite angles though, but they form a linear pair. Together they form 180 degrees here. So these have to add up to 180. Okay? So, like I said, first step is what kind of angles they are. After that, we can set up the equation and solve it. So let's go ahead and do this,
Okay.
and then we'll have the journal assignment.
So we have 5x plus 7 equals to 3x plus 23.
Mm-hmm.
So in order to solve it, we have to start with, well, subtract 7 from both sides. Bring down 5x, 3x, and then that would be plus, I'm sorry, that's minus, sorry.
So it'd be plus 16.
16. Oop, take this out.
Okay.
So now we bring 3x to the other side. We have 2x equals 16, so x would be 8.
Awesome.
There we go.
So those were equal, and then these add to 180.
So then this is x plus 23 plus 3x, excuse me, plus 17. That would equal to 180.
Mm-hmm.
So now we add the x's, would be 4x. Then we add both whole numbers, so it's 10,
40.
40. That would be 180. We subtract 40 from both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4x equals 140. And then we divide by 4. And that would be x.
I think we get like a decimal this time. So 140 divided by 4? Oh, maybe not. No, we don't. 35.
35. Awesome.
All right.
There we go.
Okay, very good. Time for, you know what? The journal assignment. Okay, so copy the first figure, find the values of A, B, and C. That'll take you just a minute. And then on the second figure, copy it, and you have to decide, are those two equal or do they add to 180? So you got to figure out the right relationship and then write the equation and solve. See you next time.